Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, is EJ setting Chanel up on Days of Our Lives? I mean, let's be honest. If he is, and he probably is, but he most likely might be, right? I'm cool with it. I am so cool with most likely might be. I'm so cool with EJ burning that chick's life to the goddamn ground. Oh, I wasn't too sure if I was actually gonna come on tonight, but after witnessing the most infuriating conversation between Anita and two old dusty ass hags over a simple suggestion and the level of like unaccountability. Oh my God, we would have been great if you didn't leave. It's not like we didn't have the time. It's exactly you didn't have the time. Okay, we got a lot to talk about, people. We got a lot to talk about. Um, Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ryan, J fan is in the chat. Krista Ramirez is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I have to say your name like that because I really like your name. Queen of the South is in the chat. How are you doing, my queen? I hope you are well. Hope you had a great day. I hope everyone had a great day. Crystal is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Um, Ronnie Ron is right on time. Chanel is really delusional. She's also annoying. Yes, yes, that's all that. Of course, Queen. Of course. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Krista. Hit that like button. Um, 12 people in the chat. That would definitely help out. Seriously, it would. Um, yeah, we're gonna put okay, we're gonna put it somewhere. Yep. Okay. There. So for the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna be on my phone since I had to upload some clips on my laptop for tomorrow's stream, which I'm looking forward to it. It'd be some good stuff. Be some good stuff. Okay. And Ryan says, I asked you this under the GH review, but what original plans are you referring to regarding Sasha and Daisy? If you're referring to Sasha wanting to leave town, that was dropped in January. It didn't seem like it was dropped to me. Black Mars in the chat, how you doing tonight? Alicia is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Chanel's not delusional, annoying, yes. I think it's kind of stupid for her to sit there and go in any sort of interrogation room without a lawyer, if we're gonna be honest. Um, Ron says, is your sister wives cat lady and Candace Mack going to be coming over to your house? No, no, just cat lady, because she's my girlfriend. It didn't seem like it was dropped to me. So I don't remember anything about it being dropped. But I know you asked me that question in the review, and I saw it. I just didn't answer it. But I think I answered your other questions, though. Black Mom, I'm doing good. I am doing good. I'm glad you're doing good as well. Yeah, at least I was like, girl, so you, and then she came in there, she was like, come on, you know me. I'm like, you're not talking to your friend, Jada. You're talking to the commissioner. You're talking to the police commissioner. And then she gets upset. I just, I can't let her. She's just getting worse and worse and worse. It's like every episode, she just finds a way to just lower the bar for me. Autumn says, well, Albert, it looks like Trina and Kai are over it. Everything Trina said to Kai was true. Kai hardly knows Drew, and he sniffs without hesitation. He's like, I struggled with it. I'm like, no, you didn't. You know, he broke her confidence. I would sit there and say that much. He doesn't know the situation. He doesn't know the whole situation. And even Trina was like, I get it. You don't know the whole situation. You did what you thought was right. Right? I mean, in his eyes, he saw somebody being railroaded for something that he didn't do. And let's be honest, he didn't do it. Nope, I didn't misunderstand anything, Ryan. That was not my interpretation. I think that's just bad writing. Eagle says, thank goodness that Trina tossed Kai on his ass, and the most pathetic I love you said to a woman you've ever heard, like top level manipulation by Kai. That's usually a man's like go to move, you know? Um, Whenever they feel like they about to sit there and lose their girl, they're like, oh, I love you though. Like the woman's supposed to be like, oh, he said he loves me. I guess I should stay. No, that's just came across as bad writing. Um, because she wasn't even supposed to be moving into the Quartermain's house in the first place. I don't know why she decided to do it because it didn't even make any damn sense. Yeah, at least most people didn't. um, it didn't make any sense why she moved into Quartermain's house because let's be honest, she said that she didn't want the Quartermain to be involved in the baby's lives. She didn't want Michael to be involved in the baby's lives. So, you know, her moving there just never really seemed like it made sense. Well, Ryan, I guess we're gonna agree to disagree on that. It never made any sense to me. So, um, yeah. Tracy says I'm still on the fence about Kai. I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens when you have a character that they don't bother to develop. You know, I mean, you know, I still remember when they put on what the hell they put Patrick on. Eagle says EJ understands what the soap world needs. Messy drama. That's why he's my favorite character. Yes, exactly. Same, Eagle. Same. Gorgeous Queen Janet. Happy Friday. Now, Alicia says Sasha maybe should not have slept with Michael. I don't like her either. Uh, yeah, that confrontation was really heavy, and I didn't like the fact that I felt like Michael trauma dumped his issues onto Dante. Which, honestly, to tell you the truth, you know, in the beginning, I was like, in the beginning, I understood why Michael stayed, but then when Dante was like, "Hey, listen," he explained to him what Brooklyn did and why he was upset. At that point, Michael should be like, okay, Brooklyn, if you're good, I'm gonna sit there and take a step back and let y'all two just kind of handle it. You didn't do that. You sat there and I get, you know, we're good, Kawan. It's like I get it, you know, like Dante went too far, right? But like this dude was sitting there ready to like throw hands. I was like, bro, if you do not get your narrow ass up on out these people's conversations that have nothing to do with you. Oh, we're getting to excuses lane. I'm being triggered as a him problem. Stay your ass out of a conversation that does not involve you. Kaiwan says, what do you think about that, Albert? Do you think that Michael wanted it both women's, both Willow and Sasha, and that's why he goes hard on Willow? Um, I don't even understand that sentence. Sammy says Johnny whole trial is a conflict. Yes, yes, absolutely, Sammy. Alicia says EJ is a criminal. Chanel may be annoying, but she doesn't deserve to be set up by. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm like, you know, Chanel getting up in EJ's face. being disrespectful, walking in his house and sitting there saying, well, he's always going to pick me over you because I'm his wife, and keep saying it over and over and over again. I'm totally cool, like I said, with I'm totally cool with him burning her life to the ground. Like I really am. Krista says watch, rinse, and repeat is barely watchable anymore. That's why I always tell people to start watching Hollyoaks. Um, it's a good show. Happy Friday, Tracy. I didn't like how Steffi was getting up in Bill's face and telling him that he couldn't see his son. I was still not cool with that. Um, what did Chanel do to EJ? Was being disrespectful, got up in his face and started Smith there trying to tell him, like, it's somewhat long and kind of complicated, but like I just didn't like the disrespect that Chanel was Smith there having with EJ. Like, okay, I get it. You know, she's blamed, ultimately what it comes down to is that she blames EJ because they couldn't get an adoption. Johnny Chanel was supposed to have an adoption done by what's good, Amber, by some super religious woman, right? Something happened where EJ got arrested and it made the news. And the woman pretty much is exactly Chanel called EJ out. She didn't see don't see it as disrespectful. And for the record, I thought Chanel shot EJ. Probably not, but I mean, my whole thing is like she's blaming him for the adoption not going through. But this was good, Monique. But the woman was super finicky about the whole thing anyway. And it's like she stayed on that hate train. Um, and I'm like, girl, you had to sit there and pretend that you were super religious just to get this woman to agree to the adoption. So she wasn't even, what I'm saying? Like, you already have to sit there and lie to her. So, like, rather his crimes came up or not, like, that shouldn't have been enough to sit there and persuade her not to adopt you. Tracy says, do you like the Christina storyline plot against Ava over Rick and Cody? It's messy. It gives you something to do. I'm not super invested in it. I do think that, like, Christina is kind of, I don't want to sit there and say taking it too far, but, like, I understand why she's doing it. I'm cool with it. I'm not super invested in it, but I understand her reasons why. Ron says, I agree with you because she's not his wife, and Dollar Bill has the final say. I understand the anger. Yeah, I get that too. Um, it was good, Monique. Leah's not even dead. Lee. Yeah, that's the whole thing now. And I feel like I probably didn't do like a proper way to like explain explain my issue with Chanel, but I just yeah. Jenna says, when will we talk about the daytime Emmy Awards nominations? I gotta sit there and get more information on it because I haven't actually done that. But I mean, if people want to sit there and talk about it, we can talk about it. Um, I didn't get a chance to actually like even look at that, unfortunately. But yeah, Ryan says everyone else is that what happened. Other seems to make up. Alicia says Ava and Rick embezzled from a child. Yeah, it is. It is. You're absolutely right. I didn't know she was actually. And that's see, Jenna. I didn't even know that until Ron said that. So I have no idea how to think about it because I just now found out right now. Monique says now that Rocco knows the truth, do you think he should still pursue it or wait till Dr. O returns to ask Or probably wait. I would sit there and say wait. He ain't gonna do it, but I would sit there and say wait. Jenna says I was surprised Johnson Jackson was nominated and Kate Mancy. Well, Kate Mancy, yeah, I understood. Because like that scene at the hospital when she finds out that she lost a child, I totally get that. Um, Johnson Jackson though, okay. I don't know that I'm a little surprised by. I just felt like the dude wasn't even there that long to like do anything. But it's like he comes in, he quits, he's not even there that long, and they're already said they're giving him an Emmy. Okay. Or they're considering him for an Emmy. Monique says Colleen, aka Barbara, aka Jordan, should have been nominated. Oof. What's good, Cherry? Not cringy ass acting? Wow. Mm. And I got a goddamn fork. Oh, never mind. Um, I guess if people liked her performance and stuff like that. I don't know. I couldn't get past her acting. Like it's like you know what it'd be like? It's like if they sat there and they gave Chelsea Hamilton, um, if they gave Chelsea the actress that plays Chelsea Hamilton, um, a nominee, you know, like up for a nominee or something. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I really find the actress that plays Chelsea to be among the worst actors. Not necessarily the, but like among. B says, what were your thoughts when Xander said he is a stable person? I laughed my ass off. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, he is the exact opposite of a stable person. He's volatile. Um, yeah, he's volatile. That's a perfect word to sit there and describe Xander. A very volatile man. But that's just who he is, though. Um, but yeah, oh, no, what else? Ron says, how can you have any sympathy for dogs? Look at the cat. I don't. One is that like a question or something like that? Like how can you have I don't understand, like is that a question you're asking me? Because I've been sitting there calling Doug a loser for a hot minute. Um and I saw the previews too. I saw the previews. Look like it's gonna be interesting. Janice said Dahaj, I can't even recall his scene and he was nominated. Yeah, see, that's the thing though, right? Like they submit these scenes, you know, these reels or whatever, right? For the committee to sit there and take a look at. And it's unfortunate because it's like I don't remember, well, I don't think he was like necessarily like the best actor. I don't know what the problem is I don't, you know, if they're going by like their performance, um it's hard to sit there and say if he had any good performances. I can't think of one performance that he had where he was actually like, oh my goodness, he was good, you know? It's like every time he cries, it's like when Toby cries, like they just can't do it, right? And I can see what people they're talking about, like the baby stuff or whatever, like when they lost a child. Um, yeah, but see that's the thing though, right, Sammy? Because you're not just gonna. Here's the thing: you're not just gonna lose your inheritance. You're going to go to jail for fraud, right? So it's like, yeah, if you sit there and say, "Well, Zen, I'm not gonna let you blackmail me anymore." Okay, cool. So you're gonna be broke and destitute, right? And even he granted, I don't know, because like Victor did sit there and give him his own money. So yeah, he's not going to be broke or anything, but he will be in jail because that was fraud. Like, even the extra money, whatever that he's getting, like party and inheritance, the extra money, that's not even important. The important part is that his ass will be going to jail. I mean, Ron, you did watch it. You know exactly why she's on the case. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but um, I mean, you're watching a show where people get possessed by the devil like every other week or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing, Samuel. His ass will be in jail. Plus, he really does not want to sit there and lose that money. You know, he's a privileged. Well, he grew up privileged. So, while that money that Victor did gave him will be a lot, so it's nice to have more money. Always nice to have more money. Alicia says Bell even discussing the case with EJ is yes, exactly, yeah. And then I see them doing the exact same thing on Monday. I'm like, what do you? I mean, for the previews, yeah, they still in that dumbness run. That chick loses her license and laugh my ass off. Monique says, Steffi, see how bad Bill feels about Liam, and she won't even let him see his own son. Who's the F? Exactly. She's constantly sitting there saying that she's the point. She is the queen of LA. I felt like that was so out of pocket. I felt like that was so goddamn out of pocket. It- yeah, exactly, Kristen. Okay, you don't feel bad for him. Got it. Cool. Um, but yeah, I don't understand that either. And yeah, again, Monique, I thought that was just out of pocket. Um, I thought it was out of pocket for that. I thought it was out of pocket for Ridge and Taylor be sitting there lashing out at Bill because I'm like, yo, listen, your daughter's okay. Bill's son is sitting there fighting, and you want to sit there and you think now's the time to sit there and start going in on him? That's why I sat there and I was like, both of you two are fucking morons. Both of you two are morons. So yeah, but I mean that's the thing though, Sammy. She's always been like that. She's always been like that since I watched the show. She's always been like just well, okay, Ron. But yeah, she's always been like that. So that's not even really like a surprise or anything like that. Like seriously. Um and what else? What else want to okay. Alicia says Leslie eating toast off of Haley's plate while talking to Nicole was hilarious. Yo, this fucking conversation today, I think it might have been the most obnoxious conversation I've heard in soap opera history. Okay. All Anita did was sit there and say, "Hey, listen, I got this choreographer, and they could sit there and improve our steps and our dancing moves and stuff like that, and I think it'd be really great." The first thing that that tired ass woman said was, "Oh, see, you sitting there trying to take control of everything. You're the one that's sitting there trying to tell us what to do. You're trying to wipe out the old and just bring in a new. We don't work for you anymore." Girl, all she said was we could sit there and step up our choreographer game. That was it. That's the only thing that she did. And this chick went unnecessarily fucking ham for no goddamn reason. She did. Actually, to tell you the truth, Ron, she did. She did actually say that Sheila did help. I was a little surprised to say because like the last couple of days she's been like, Liam saved my life. Liam saved my life. I'm like, girl, somebody actually has a bullet that went through their foot. Are we not going to acknowledge? No, but she actually did it too. No, Ron, I don't think. Well, I don't think it's broken heart syndrome, but it's something similar to it. Sammy said, did she didn't hear her? Ryan, I already like moved past that. I don't understand why you're still talking about that for. I said it like maybe about 10 minutes ago that we can agree to disagree, and you're still just like humming on that. There was so many other characters in this show, and you're still humming on this whole Michael thing. Let it go. You know, speaking of Portia, I don't, to be honest, I don't think that like she sat there and said today, she was like, "Hey, listen, if our marriage ends, then this is my fault." And I'm like, "This is not just your fault, though." You know, 'cause it just seems like Curtis just does not want to try anymore. It's like, bro, like if that's the case, just divorce her already. I mean, he literally sat there and said like, the same Alicia, like he literally sat there and said like, oh, I haven't actually done comedy in a while. No, I can't actually say. I think most of the stuff I watch is usually either drama, horror, or sci-fi. Yeah, much more of a horror person. I mean, much more of a horror. Alicia Curtis is quick to move on. Junkie habit. Yeah, it's just like, bro, you're not even sitting there trying to. That's great, Ron. Somebody agrees with you. That's awesome. That's really good to hear. I'm very happy for you, Ron. Very happy for you. That's good. But I'm like, he's not trying. He's pretty much just kind of throwing his hands up, and she's the only one that's fighting. And it's like, had Daddy sat there and said, "Why don't you give Portia the chance that you didn't give Jordan?" You gave up on Jordan too quick, and he even admitted that. It's like all the advice that had Daddy said, he was just wasting his goddamn breath at this point. Like seriously, dude was just literally wasting his breath. Monique says, got this from Brock. Portia was got this from Brock. Portia was hoping Curtis would say it's okay, we can still work out our marriage. It doesn't matter what you did, but I still want to be with you. Yeah, and I think that's kind of reasonable on some level though, too. You know, I think that's a reasonable thing. I think I Trina was out of what? Was oh no, I don't think that she was OD, Taiwan. I don't think she was OD. She was perfectly understandably upset. Tracy says Portia is acting childish. Ron says, how it's easy to marry her boyfriend if she's delusional. She needs to see a therapist. A therapist, not her mom. Because they have feelings for each other. That's how Ron. I don't understand which delusional part you're talking about, but okay. Like I said, I get where Curtis is coming from to some extent, but like constantly throwing it in her face and not, you know what I'm saying? Like it just you get to a point. It's like what's the point of her even sitting there fighting? Alicia Albert has no alternative facts. Yes, alternative facts. That is correct. That is 100% correct. That's such a classic line. Like I said, people, if you're not a member, make sure you join. We're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow. Yes, Ryan. I mean, on that note, yes, but like, I don't know. It's kind of a two-parter question. It's kind of a two-parter thing. So, like, in a way, yes, but on that note, yes. Like, I do think that the way that Michael gave up on even trying to, you know, like he just gave in to Sasha. It just seems so off to me. Anyway, like, there are ways to do this exactly. Listen, like I said, if this chick loses her goddamn law license, um, switching out. Let's make sure the volume is working. Then she says he did tell Sasha she had control over their baby together. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. It never really made sense, but oh no, it's fine. It's fine, right? I mean, well, I kind of did sit there and say that in a sense, like not the whole poor Charles part. Actually, you know what? I think you may actually have a point. I mean, at the end of the day, she still wanted to make sure that Michael had no contact with the child whatsoever. So, like, rather she leaves poor Charles or not, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, if she would have chose to leave poor Charles or not leave poor Charles, he still would have had no contact with that child. It wouldn't have made a difference. But I mean, it's fine, Ryan. I guess I think you get to a point where you start to crash out over fictional characters, and that's something you need to work out and quick. I mean, being confused is one thing, Ryan. You weren't just confused; you were like upset. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't care if you were just simply confused, but like you're taking this shit like way too damn far. I think I'm good. Let me make sure. Be good now. Ugh, it seemed like that took forever. What do you think is gonna happen, Ryan? Ron. What do you think is gonna happen when she finds out? Yeah, exactly, Alicia. And this is why I said yesterday. I was like, it was. Um, I didn't know she was actually nominated, Ron. So I mean, it's fine. I don't really have any feelings about it one way or the other. Um, yeah, I don't really have a feel. I don't have any feelings about it one way or the other. I don't know, Ryan. Let's just move on. Um, smells so good. You mean the world isn't flat? Nope. 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 What is it? I actually had an argument with somebody who sat there and literally was there saying like the Earth is flat and there's no space. That there's no such thing as outer space. I'm like, and this was years ago when I first started doing YouTube, and I thought this person was an absolute nut job, but I probably shouldn't have went so hard on them now. What's good, Darby? Damn, Darby, it's been a hot minute. Apparently, people are being nominated. I didn't even know about it. Or I didn't even know about it. Okay, good, Darby. I'm gonna see it on Sunday. I'm gonna see it on Sunday. I can't do opening days. Like I can't. I cannot do an opening day towards a movie, especially a popular one. Valerie, I knew Trina would be saying you're not loyal to Kai, snitching ass. Yeah, um, I mean, because that's what it comes down to. Um, but yeah, apparently a bunch of people are being nominated. I didn't even, yeah. So I didn't get a chance to sit there and see anything about it. I don't even know where you find that stuff out. That's another thing. It's like where are people finding this stuff out? Like Janet was like there saying like this person was nominated, that person was nominated. I was like, what? Now I did sit there. Yesterday I caught it was good, Cherry. I caught like the tail end of Michael Fairman's live stream, and I thought that was interesting. He had the actress that plays Diane Jenkins. She was on this live stream. I guess they were talking like the Emmys or something like that. But it's really interesting. I think last week ain't nobody trying to raise no grandchildren. What is Ron talking about? No. Ron, she was already a mother twice. She don't need to sit there and be a mother a third time. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Darby. Um, that was cool. I didn't get a chance, like, watch the whole thing, but I saw the first few minutes of it, like the first 5 minutes of it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Cool stuff. You kept calling them podcasters. I don't understand why you kept calling them podcasters. I'm like, Rock is not a podcaster. He's a YouTuber. But whatever. They seem like they had a good time, so that's cool beans. I've been getting out of work late most this week. Yeah, I got you. I got you. It's good to see you tonight, though. No, Ryan, but I do follow him on social media. I follow him on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram and Twitter. I went to sit there and have his phone number. House 60s of you? Yeah, exactly. I'm bringing it back in style. Lisa, her trifling daughter is trying to get the child a good home. Yeah, yeah, Ron. I don't. I wouldn't even have time. Even what, like a prank call or something? I had so little time this week. I didn't have time to sit there and go boot shopping or look at boots online or find out about the not finding about the nominees and stuff. But that's the thing though, because um, see, it's a little bit different because that was always the plan. Like Tate knew the plan. Tate wanted to sit there and do that. Yes, I do. I will sit there and say Tate does have a right to change his mind, right? My gorgeous queen cat lady. Podcasts mean a digital audio video program distributed over the internet that users can sub to and download or stream on various devices. You need to stop talking about things you don't know. Ah, Ron says, Albert, your fiance is in the chat. Absolutely. No, I meant like include him in the live chat. Oh, yeah. I gotta do that. We haven't actually did a video in a hot minute. She set me straight. Ooh. But no, I get it though. Like, yes, he has the right to sit there and change his mind. Right? And that did rub me wrong, a little bit wrong. But like again, Tate knew what the plan was. Hell, he was for the plan. So like, not really that much actually changed when you really stop to think about it. And him sitting there saying, "Well, I want to sit there and see the baby off before we give him a go home." I'm like, bro, you don't think that that's going to be hard as hell to do? You don't think that's literally going to sit there and literally rip out your heart? There's a reason why sometimes when a mother decides to put the baby up for adoption, they don't even sit there and look at the child because they know that once they look at that child, they're going to change their minds. And I get it, Tate is young and dumb and everything like that, but like, I don't know, Ron. I actually have a couple to choose from. I have a couple to choose from, Ron. Yeah, somebody else in the chat, somebody else in the comment section said that too, Ryan. Somebody else in the comment section said that too. Boyles just comes across as a scumbag. Just put it out there. I'm just wondering. Oh, by the way, I put out another video talking about Kristen Storms leaving. She's temporarily leaving General Hospital for a little bit, moving to Tennessee. And Ron, I did watch that vid. Well, I watched a little bit of Phoenix video where he was sitting there saying, Jermaine, ain't no way in hell a wedding will happen with you. That's my sassy queen right there. That's why she's white. Um, but yeah, listen, I don't think life can be busy. Yes, Lisa. But here's my thing though. So Ron, I did watch that. I did watch that video. And the thing is, Jermaine wasn't wrong. The internet has made such goddamn savages. People that come online that just want to sit there and bitch and complain about the show as though like, bro, do you even like watching it? And I don't mean like, critical like little things like, oh, I don't really like the pace of this, or I don't really like the whatever of that. But I mean people that will viciously go at the actors and actresses, um, say mean and racist things, go to fan affairs, and boo people like Cynthia Watros for just simply doing her job. It was, Lisa, it was. Um, oh wow, I'm gonna get broken heart syndrome. Lisa said GH is paying him to be on today, so they stick him where he fits in or not. That's true. There you go, cat lady. But yeah, Jer- Jeremy or is it Jermaine? I think it's Jermaine.
Have fun. So bad. Lisa says Steffi told Bill off today. Yeah, she was really out of pocket. I mean, oh yes, hit that goddamn like button. Thank you, Lisa. Hit that like button. I mean, Ryan, we already had that talk, so we're not gonna sit there and bother to go back there again. But there's a fine line between I don't like this about the show, I don't like that about the show, to just being just rude and nasty and disrespectful. Like said, my biggest complaint about Beyond the Gates is that most of the guys are too short. Hmm. Ryan says exactly, Albert. It's like the actress playing Nino, and yeah, right. Unlike you, but that's yes, and I was thinking, oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, hit the like 17 likes, 20 people in the chat, so we got three lacking. Or if people had, if some people actually saw the hell was I gonna sit there and say, the actual full um, previews, then maybe it's not broken heart syndrome. Maybe it's something that Roth or somebody did to her. Because I think ideally what they're trying to do is they're trying to put Stefano conscience in Marlena's body, which I'm just like, what are we doing at this point? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they're gonna do some daffy shit like that, and this is the reason why most people find it very difficult to get into Days of Our Lives, right? Because it's like they're not that you're trying to watch Passions, which is a crazy ass show, by the way. But oh no, 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 I'm not talking about that, Ryan. Ryan, no, you fine. I was talking about yesterday. No, I wasn't talking about today. Now you good now. I was referring to yesterday. Ron says, "Are you sure Marlena isn't? Marlena is like 70 something, 8 years old. No, I don't think that she's pregnant. Although with Days of Our Lives, I would not sit there and put that past them to do something like that. Are you good, Ryan? I was talking about yesterday. When I said we had that talk, I meant like yesterday, which almost feels kind of like a blur. I'm just saying I can see them doing some daffy shit like that, unfortunately. Because again, when I saw the previews and I'm sitting there talking about, oh, we're gonna bring the Phoenix back to life or something like that. And we watched the previews. I don't know why I can't remember it, but we watched the previews last Saturday in the stream. But I don't remember it though. So, oh, Ryan, trust me, I will let you know. No, bro. Like I said, I just want you to come in here and just be chill. Just have a good time. Like, and the thing is, Ryan. See, when I made my video and I put it out yesterday, and I was talking about toxic fans that want to argue and just don't just come in there for a good conversation, a good fun time, but want to sit there and be mean and toxic and stuff. I don't want you to be that person. Ron says, again, Albert, it's a damn TV show. Age don't matter. They can do anything they want. Oh, okay, Ron. Oh, Ron, you corrected me. Alicia says, gotta say though, Stefano was the baddest criminal on date. Yes, I want to sit there and start. Yes, and that's another thing. I want to sit there and start like watching some old clips of Stephanie. So you know what? Thank you. Alicia. What else? My goddamn. For projecting, I never heard. Brian said, I have to say, I kind of love your new term for projecting. I never heard someone say trauma dump before. Yeah, I think I got it from one of the comic book shows that I watch or I watch. I mean, that's literally what it is, though. You know, and like I said, I don't think he meant to do it, but like that's what it came across as. I was sitting on my pen. How do I get that picture off? There we go. I think he would sit there and think it'll be a miracle of science, Ron, because she was like 70 some years old, and it would just be unheard of a 70 plus some year old woman. So yeah, I would sit there and think yeah, that's how I would look at it. But it doesn't matter now, Ron, because Luna is dead, whatever that's supposed to mean to B&B. And again, Poppy was me to say, "Well, I'm glad that she's dead." But you know what? It's funny though because Poppy did have a point though. Poppy was like, "Don't sit there and try to act all self righteous," because when Luna first came to the show, Lee treated Luna like shit. Okay, I get it. You had issues with your mother and everything like that, but you took the issues that she had with her sister out on her daughter and treated her like garbage. And now she's sitting there talking about, oh, well, she was a poor soul and this, that, and the third. And, you sitting there saying, it's funny, Ryan. Yes, for the most part, I'll say this much though. Well, there's actually two things I do got to sit there and say to you. One, when a young and when B&B characters die, the young and restless characters die, they die. Like they do not bring them back. But also surprisingly, what the hell I was gonna sit there and say? Young and the Restless is right now, last time I checked was like number one compared to GH. Oh, so Poppy knows that Luna's dead. They're just trying to throw people off. Okay. But yeah, she was just like I said, I was just like, damn. I mean, she was literally, and she she first said that in front of everybody in the room. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, they don't like they don't do the whole. Oh, you're coming? No, when you die, that's it, right? Um, because there was a character named Emma Barber that apparently people liked, but like they killed her off the show. They weren't bringing her back. You know, I mean Stephanie Forrester when they decided to kill her character off, they killed her character off. And when she did come back, she came back as like some sort of a angel to Eric when they were acting like they were going to kill him off, and then they did, and everything just seemed entirely pointless. I mean, I get that, Ron, but if that was the case, if they were both, um, if they both was not they conspiring to have Luna fake her death, then it wouldn't make any sense for them to have a private conversation the way that they had. You know, like they had a conversation, and Poppy's still sitting there saying that she's glad that Luna's dead, but there's nobody else around when they're talking, so it doesn't benefit them to keep it going. So like that theory really does not make sense. And the fact that I put so much time and effort into Smith saying that to you, Ron, is I don't know who's more a fool than a fool in this case. That is correct, LaShawn. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that her man works to a point where her man works enough where it's like she just wants to do something else. So that's the thing about these shows. It's like you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like Heather and YNR. It's possible, Sean. I mean, they did that with Stephanie Forster, and the actress is still alive, obviously. So yeah, so, wow, I literally want the most basic picture. Shit. There we go. You're right, Ron. But yeah, no, Valerie, she didn't renew her contract, so. But see, that's what was they're saying. Like, it just didn't. Oh yeah, that's what was they're saying before I left. Is that like you never know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, maybe she just wanted to leave and do something else. I mean, how long has Sasha been on the show? That's really my question. Like, how long has she been on the show? I guess she's ran her course. According to some other people, Kelly Monaco ran her course too. LaShawn, that's a good question, and I was actually going to put that on my stream tonight, but I guess I'll put it on tomorrow. Though. How long has Sophia been on General Hospital? 2018. Really gonna make me do math? 7 years. Where and who said Sasha was leaving? And she's been on since 2018. I mean, she didn't renew her contract, so it's nowhere she is. It's nowhere she said. It's nowhere saying she's leaving. Huh. I guess I just assumed. Oops. Yeah, I guess. What about it though, Sean? What was the meaning of that? Yeah, you're right. No, exactly right. You're right, Ryan. And Cat Lady is right. She is correct to me. Um, Black Mom says hi. When did I actually? I did. I wasn't there saying that. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Ryan. Shame on you that why Cat Lady never ever sleep with you unless she's on drugs. You're going to get broken heart syndrome. Move on with. Okay, thank you, Ron. I make sure I will not be taking your dating advice. But yeah, no, she's actually correct. Yeah, it would seem like a '90s thing, right? But I mean, I'm pretty sure people sit there and find ways to be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that she's going after." All right, let's talk about today's episode, though. I'm pretty sure people will find another way to sit there and bitch about Willow, but that's what I would say, Sean. But I feel like I had a comment in my head. Oh, I was gonna sit there and say. So yeah, she got the key. Emma got the key from Vaughn, right? And Anna had an idea. Anna knew what Anna knew exactly what Emma was planning on doing. You know, um, this wasn't so much about her dating an older man or anything like that, but like, she broke into the lab before, and that whole debacle and everything like that. He is always and always giving out the wrong freaking info. Folks, just be careful with this one. That's actually not true. That's really not true. That's not true. Callie, she just joking. Debbie said the other day the stories on days involve dysfunctional siblings. First Dana and Philip, then Gwen and JG. But do you think these crazy Sids will ever treat each other with love? Yeah, yeah, actually I do. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's gonna be a hot minute because they don't want to sit there and treat him with too. They don't want to sit there and be too happy or whatever. Like let's be honest, Darby. There was a point I did actually like when Xander and Philip got along. I did actually like them. I did generally like them. So and no, and you're right. You're absolutely right, Ryan. It was just a rumor. And to be fair, I was drinking, so I'm not responsible at that point. But yes, it was just a rumor. I mean, the whole it was Good Island, but she didn't renew her contract. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she's leaving. It just means that she's not on contract. Anna's a decent character. I mean, I first of all, I love her accent. Um, but I don't know, I think I just kind of forget about. I think I just kind of forget about her character sometimes, and it's not on purpose. It's just I don't know. Maybe sometimes she does things that's not really that noticeable. She's okay. I like the fact that she's been in like the soap universe for a hot minute. Debbie says my money is on Gwen and JJ until Abigail comes back. You actually think that Abigail is actually coming back, Darby? It'll be funny with Abby going. It'll be funny, like like a haha funny, or more like an ironic kind of funny, Sean. Wow, you and Jonathan. I like it. I like it. I like it. You and Jonathan think that Abby. I mean, listen. I'm not putting it out there that it will never happen. It feels like if it could have happened, it would have already. Ironically, okay, Sean. I just feel like if it could have happened, it already would have. And the fact that they have Cat, and Cat could have played like an Abigail in the sense. They could have found the way to have Cat play Abigail, but they didn't. So I don't know if they don't want to like recast her or anything like that, but like no, Ron. I love Cat Lady, Ron. I was trying to set me up with other women. Island says Albert is so embarrassing that B&B only got like three daytime nominees. That goes to that goes to show that B&B is in a downward spiral in terms of writing. Downward spiral. If we're gonna be honest, Island, they've been in a downward spiral. Like, they've been in a downward spiral as far as writing since I started watching the show. At this point, they can only go up, and I've seen them go up at times. If we're gonna be honest, downward spiral. Like that's what I'm saying. Though Black Monday always been in this downward spiral. Okay, well, I will take your word for it, Darby. Absolutely, absolutely, Ryan. Yeah. Are you calling me an old man? No, I am not. Um, but you watched the show longer than me, though. So that's actually a good thing, though, because when I'm not sure of something, I can ask you. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. We haven't seen Darby in a hot minute. You know what? You are correct, Ryan. I didn't sit there and see it in any sort of official um, pages. That's actually not true. She just Cat Lady likes to be fresh. She trolling. She trolling. Her wicked sense of humor. Wash, rinse, and repeat from Phoenix. He was spot on. Yeah, but he was also Smith is saying he also sat there and said like that Jermaine could be fired for what he said on Twitter. Seriously, Cherry. When in reality, he don't know Ish. Ooh, damn, that's hot. But what the hell was I meant to say before? Oh yeah, Jermaine. No, he wasn't wrong though. So like, he wasn't wrong when he sat there and he called some of these soap fans savages. You know, so I hope his headline isn't true for speaking facts in a sense. Also, yeah, that's what I was going to sit there and say. It's like about 2 weeks ago, or about a week ago. Yeah, it was a week ago. I saw Michelle Stafford and the actress that plays Victoria on The Young and the Restless, and they were doing a live stream. And people kept sitting there asking, why did they kill off Cole? Why did they kill off Cole? Like they literally kept like badgering the shit out of them, asking why did they kill off Cole? Arthur, Sasha has 8 years of bad acting left to go. And we had to put that all in caps, did we? That's what I'm saying though, Ryan. Like I don't think that being on contract, um, I don't think it means what it used to mean. What it used to be. Callie says, I can't believe they killed off Damien already. Shake. Wait, are you saying that because you watched Monday's episode, or are you saying that because you're basing it off of the previews? That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean. I saw the previews, but I didn't sit there and see what's good, Donna. I didn't see. Yeah, I heard. Donna. People was to tell me in the chat, where y'all getting this information from? Where y'all get seriously? Where y'all getting this information from? I watch these. Well, damn. Okay. I guess I guess that beats. No, fuck it. That be tomorrow's title for the stream. That be tomorrow's title for the stream. Sean says, Albert, Christina should be Cody and Ava's maid of honor if they got together. Okay, I even have a comment for that. Island says Remy and Luna got nominated for Emmys. The only acting. Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong. He did play like a very disturbing character, right? I mean, I do wonder what they have for Remy in the future. You know, well, that's the thing, though, Ryan. So, okay, let's put it this way: when I sit there and say that they that contracts aren't what they used to be, they can still fire you. They can fire you. They can find a way to sit there. What's good, Jonathan? They can find a way to sit there and get rid of you, even if you're on contract, right? Like contract just. Well, I'm not gonna really sit there and fully get into what the whole contract thing means, but um, Like contract, like not being on contract does not necessarily mean that you're going to be on the show less if you're not on contract. I know it probably, I know it probably has something to do with like, as far as being paid and stuff like that. Because thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I am going to screenshot that so this way. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ryan. This is taking forever. There we go. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Cat Lady says Albert don't know Ish. Please don't trust his word. Oh damn. See, that's what you call love right there. I mean, Cat Lady really is a love for me. Seriously, Jerry, Cat Lady's really in love with me. Okay? Cat Lady's my destiny. Yeah, exactly, Cherry. She's my destiny. Okay, okay. All right, Sean is being a comedian right now. I swear. Heather Thomas Queen. It sucks that you don't have anything for her to do on B&B. What do you like about Heather Thomas? I'm very curious, Ryan. I mean, Ryan. Johnson says, "What do you think of Poppy saying she?" I thought that was just wild and out. Like, you know what? Okay, you know what? And maybe this just came to me like lightning. I don't think she really means it. I think she's lashing out because she doesn't know how to process her daughter's death, right? Because like, would sit there? What mother would sit there and say that about their own child? Yeah, she did a lot of bad shit, and Poppy was a shitty mother. Okay, but like, I think that she's just lashing out because she doesn't know how to process her daughter's death. Because yeah, she sat there in front of a room full of people. Like, who does that? Darby says, if hell freezes over and you actually marry this woman, please sleep with one eye open. Yeah, I'll be waking up to pancakes in the morning. You did? I did. I did, Brian. I did. I absolutely did. You are correct. Never gonna happen. Like, you stop it. Stop with your shenanigans. But Jonathan, did you see the previews for Days of Our Lives? You stop it, man. I think you were actually there last weekend, right? In the stream, we sat there and we reacted to the pre. Okay, yeah, okay, you were there. I felt like that weekend was still one of those damn. You goddamn right, Darby. I was at that hotel because I was thinking about it when I was. I don't know exactly what I was making, but I was thinking about that at that hotel when I had pancakes. And Jonathan, why are it is going to happen? Why are they in trouble for? Come on, Jonathan. Why are they in trouble for? Yes, I saw that. Okay, all right, that's true. That's true. You are correct, Eileen. Because of Doug, exactly. Because of Doug the loser. Never. Ooh. And maybe you will give me broken heart syndrome, cat lady. Seriously, maybe she will give me broken heart syndrome. Yeah, look out for her. Wow. Damn, Ron. That's to me to say that, but, yeah, it's bad. They were good for the most part. They were good for the most part. Exactly. I was like, damn, Ron. That is true, LaShawn. Towards the end, he did sit there and send an email to Lisa. So we'll get her back on the show and it could be bloated again. And I wrote, and you know what? Cat Lady did um, a review. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to sit there and post Cat Lady's review. So definitely check it out. That's actually not true, Cat Lady. I'm very busy. I'm a very busy man. You know, exactly, and she knows that. Exactly, Blackmore. She knows I'm very busy. She was a funny character. Megan was a funny character to you, Sean. Dory says Albert men don't get itch only little bits and get that Albert. Stick it and move on. Hmm. Island said they're roasting you. I can see that. I can see that. That is damn obvious. I mean, to be fair, Ryan, I don't know her as I have to take your word on Victoria. I only know Amelia. So yeah, Jonathan. Darby came back. He saw it as well. I'm gonna see it on Sunday. I'm gonna see it on Sunday. I will sit there and say this much though, Jonathan. You and Darby are brave as y'all two are brave as hell because I would not see a movie opening day. Last movie I saw opening day was Watchmen, and that was a huge mistake. And Kylie, she just joking. She joking. She loves me. Oh, so if I love her, I need to take her out to the daytime Emmys. Yeah, exactly. Well, Darby, she loves me though. Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt that, Jonathan. Listen, I was going to say it the other way, but I didn't want to say it open to that. I mean, well, let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Was it really packed in your movie theater? Was it? Oh, and that question's for you. That question's for you, Jonathan. I didn't actually watch it, Ryan. That's the thing. I really didn't watch it. I barely had time to sit there and watch the five soap operas. That's the thing. If I not really at my theater. Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it. Oh, no. Okay, so this is what Cat Lady means to say. Okay. Oh, this is also your fault too. Mm-mm. This is what she means to say. I'm not paying $10 for goddamn popcorn and $8 for a drink. and she's sitting there saying that I'm being cheap. I love this woman to death, but nobody, no, nobody in their right mind should be paying $9 for a fucking hot dog. One sec. Darby says I paid $14 for my ticket. Okay, and how much did you pay for popcorn, Darby? How much did you pay for dark? How much? No, no. Let's ask him how much did he pay for popcorn and drink. Uh, okay, no, no, Darby. How much did you pay for popcorn and drinks? Rand says, "Who goes to the movie theaters and doesn't get food or drinks? I love you, but that's insane. Paying $9 to $10 for food isn't. What are we doing? Yo, I want y'all. No, hold on. Where's my phone at? I want to pin this shit. Just a day. Exactly, Island, because we're not in crackheads. Like, I get it, but still. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm gonna get your ass in a hot minute. Hold on. Where is he? There we go. There we go. 16 goddamn dollars? What the bro, bro, that's half of the price of the movie ticket right there. Actually, that's more than the price of the movie ticket. But I'm the cheap one. I'm the fucking cheap one. Yo, I swear. He spent more money for food than he did for the goddamn ticket. But I'm the fucking cheap one. It's Superman, bro. Now, Eagle says I'm cheap as fuck. What anyone says, I spend my money smart, not like it. Eagle, I knew this is why I rock with you. You said it. You're cheap. You're the cheap one. I would like to sit there and say that I'm the reasonable one, not spending my goddamn money like it's loot. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but like, just like, yo, I love the fuck out of Cat Lady, but I can swear that she is fucking trolling me. She is trolling the shit out of me. I'm spoiled. Okay, now Ryan says I'm spoiled at my movie theaters. I get appetizers and meals and dessert. How much does that all come up to? Oh, okay. Ryan says last time I went to the movies, I just had some chips and soda. It wasn't a restaurant. I'm pretty sure you were spending restaurant money though. Kelly said you spend it on 4 bottles of Kool-Aid. She's not gonna starve on a date. She's gonna be fine. She's my queen. I'm gonna take care of her. Okay? She's trying to be funny, Cherry. But can only I can wait. I'm sorry. What? It's favorites, but I would say around 30 to 40. And my guy, I want to point that out. $10. $10. I'm a pen. No, I gotta eat before you go to. Currently, says I was gonna sneak in with a ham sandwich for me. Like, no, I was no, I would sneak in. I would sneak in with it for me, but for you, well, sky's the limit. Can you not sit there and take a look at this shit for? No, no, hold on. No, 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 no. Ryan, you cool peoples, but this dude literally said he spent around $30 to $40. $30 to $40. I mean, like, no offense, but like that's wow. Thank you, Ron. Yo, 30 or $40. That's crackhead shit right there. Kelly, you stop it. But 30 to no, I'm okay. Bro, who spends $30 to $40 at a? You know what? Okay, let's just move. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. I wanted to point that out. Eagle says you have over 2.5 subs. When are you making a Discord? I know I do gotta do one. It's just so hard to find time to even do just to even watch the soap operas. It's. But I actually do want to sit there and do one now because they look like they're actually pretty fun. So yeah. Darius, but thank you, Eagle. You know what? Let me you eat cold ass nose every night is cracking. Yo, chat, you see this shit? You see that? Okay, hold on. Let me I wanna take a screenshot of that. This way I won't forget and try to put that up for the weekend. Thank you. Johnson says they're already planning on doing a new Justice League. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I mean, yeah, don't spoil it too much, but like, I don't know how I feel about that. But it does sound like it'll be interesting to make a video out of it, though, Jonathan. I would say that much. That I will say. But thank you for reminding me, Eagle. I'm just trying to find a time. Ugh, what am I doing? We'll make one. Just oh hell no! You did not just say that. I believe he has a whole bunch of cardboards. No, Callie, just you. As opposed to the reverse way that they made with the Snyder version, right? Or the Snyder universe. Peter says I have not seen any superhero movies since Spider-Man 3 with Bully Miguel. I remember that. Just too many of them, but I know the guy who plays Doom. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I just like I don't. I mean, I'm not super opposed to it, but it just seems so like. I mean, they already placed Henry Cavill, so and they're going to replace Gal Gadot, which I don't know. I don't know. I just. I mean, Darby, you spent, bro, you spent more money than a damn ticket. I, I'm sorry, Darby, but I'm gonna have to this week. I'm gonna have to roast you for that. Yeah? Cat lady since you're talking about being cheap, but yet I'm seeing people spend $30 and $40, which is crackheaded prices. But okay, I know, but that's the thing, though, Jonathan. Yeah, they can find a good actor, and I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Superman is a good actor. It just, I don't know. I obviously I'm gonna see it, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, the $14 that you paid was worth it. This the $16 that you spent for food, bro, and it's not even just it's not having that right. It's not even just food. It's a movie food. It's movie food. Okay, now fuck it. Let me just move on. Move on. Sorry, Darby. I. Jarrison says it's a date out. Yeah, I don't. I'm just bugged out. Like I don't understand how people snitch to talking about they spending 30 and 40 and close to $50 on food and fucking movie food. Sean says I'm glad with Superman everyone can't forget about Aquaman. Actually, I like Aquaman. I actually like Aquaman. Island says Gal Gadot is not a good actress. She just looks like Wonder Woman. YOLO. What does YOLO means? Yeah, no, you're right. I live my own little world. A world that makes sense. The world that does not allow me to spend 30 or $40 on movie food like a goddamn crackhead. But see, I'm not single though, cat lady. You're my girlfriend, so let's not start with lying now. Darby says you only live once. Yeah, I mean, but there's also living smart though too. Like, oh, okay. Josh says now the Batman situation here is complicated because we don't know if they're getting a new actor for the Batman or integrating a Pattinson Batman to DC. If they ever actually bothered to finish the Robert Pattinson movie, like yo, listen, I'm sick and tired of that. I'm sick and tired of that director Smith is saying I still haven't got done with the script yet. Bro, it's been like 3 goddamn years. Either finish the script or get another writer. You can't take it with you when you die. So were you just gonna be broke for like the week of the month? I just, I just like, I get what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, live for today, not for tomorrow. I get that part. But like, it's also living cheap. No, it's actually living smart and sensible. But okay. Um, and I love no. Oh fuck that. Just this week, living cheap, not Eagle. I am so glad to actually have you in the chat because you're thinking practical and sane and not you know I could have part of me is like I really do feel like Darby and Cat Lady are gaslighting the shit out of me, and it's not they're thinking that I'm the fucking one that's off when you got Ryan spending like $30 or $40 in a goddamn movie. You got Darby Smith that's spending more money on food than the movie ticket itself, and Cat Lady's talking about I'm being cheap. I'm not being cheap. Probably one of the very few people besides Ego that's actually fucking sensible. I'm not going to the movies every day, Albert. I believe that I would survive without that. Oh, Darby, you're amazing, Darby. That's good. I like that. That's uh, living cheap, not homeless, but very single. I'm not single because, well, you're my girlfriend, so you can budget though to go to a movie. I'm not sure. Yes, you can. I and Cat Lady, you stop with the goddamn lies and fallacies. You can't have both. Candace Mack and Cat Lady, they agreed to show you. And shame on them. Oh damn. Darby says life is to be enjoyable. Or caps. Yes. Okay. I I just okay. You know, Darby, you've been a good sport, so I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go now. You've been a hell of a good sport. Give it up for Darby. Give it up for Darby. Cat lady, you love me, and we're boyfriend and girlfriend. So not not so with that single shit. Johnson says, and this is why we should have a live action Batman TV show because we practically only get three Batman movies within 10 years, and characters aren't expanded. Jonathan, it's really funny. Some people would sit there and say we kind of had a Batman live action show. Like, yes, we didn't, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about without even me saying it. No, we ain't. Ooh, ooh. The thing is, I just saw the new Superman movie, and I just tuned in to see Man of Steel. It's on. Well, yeah, of course, they're going to promote the shit out of it. Daria says, no, give me your truth. That's what I pay your son. I mean, I get what Darby Smith is saying. I do, but I just find that to just be so, like for me personally, I find it to be so fucking crackheadedness. Like nobody is going to spend $16 on food, bro. I will. That's nuts. They are literally sitting there just beating you over the head and just taking your money and saying, "Boom, can I see your manager, bro?" They are slapping you and calling you Susie every time that you buy any sort of food from the bro. I just Bro, I'm flabbergasted. Okay, I'm using words that I haven't used maybe ever. Nobody I know spends $16 to $30 on goddamn food, bro. I just at a movie theater. Justin says yes, and his catchphrase is "You have yes." So you know, but I'm not exactly a fan of DC and their stand on not using Batman. They act like Batman and Superman are their most precious commodities, and yet whenever they do movies about them, they don't really tend to work out. So except for maybe this one. Darby says Superman is licensed to print money for DC. Is it though? Like, don't get me wrong, I like the big man just like much as anybody else, but like, is, hell, even Marvel, that was a sure thing at one point, isn't licensed necessarily to print money. Boy, stop. Boy, stop it. You mean that you are in love with the cardboard cutout and not the actual her? W says you spend $1,000 for cardboard cutouts of your favorite woman. Yes, because she is worth every goddamn penny. Oh yeah, I'm done with that. Ron says, Albert, I will since I'm with both Jada and Melinda fast, I don't mind spending 20. Well, I think that's a reasonable budget. How the fuck did we get into money again? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm pretty sure that somebody that's religious is going to be upset with me. And they're going to sit there and practically try to ream me out verbally um, about that in the comment section. But no, Darby, you've been a good sport, so I appreciate that. You've been a hell of a good sport. Oh, and good one, Island. Good one, yes. Know your stuff. Respect. Oh my goddamn music out. Oh, at least he got a budget, Jerry. At least he got a budget. Okay, he's not in these. He's not out here in these streets and there's spending money like it's water, or like a goddamn crackhead. But whatever. That's actually not true. Let's not let's not sit there and start saying things that aren't true. With Cat Lady, she's priceless. So spend any amount of money that she wants. But besides that, that's head crack at you. I'm just I'm just saying, bro. That's Darby, I'm trying to look out for you. Okay? I'm trying to break you out of a pattern. Okay, because that's what I do. I'm a very caring guy. Sean says, Albert, I think Cody is pissed that Rick called him a rebound. I don't think he's pissed off. I think he's there playing Rick, and he was actually pretty good. Callie says, any amount that I want, spend myself, he is saying. Yes. because you're worth every penny. And you know that. I got a promotion. Darby, I'm trying to look out for you, Darby. Okay. I don't want you to be out here in these streets. Well, literally being out here in these streets because you spent money that you shouldn't have been spending. I'm trying to look out for you, Darby. Because that's what friends do. Yes, Darby. I'm not cheap. Wow, but I'm wow. Damn, Ron. I thought we were friends, Ron. I thought we were good friends. Why? Uh, wow. I don't even know how to respond to that. Damn, Ron, you actually left me speechless. I don't even know how to respond to dry noodles. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't forget the unloved. Oh, no, no. What she meant, it was a very tasty and like mouth-watering oat that I'm gonna make for her. I'm gonna make for Cat Lady. Yes, a very mouth-watering uh, oatmeal. So that looked good. She wants that oatmeal that I make her. She just fronting. All right, but yeah, if y'all are not members, make sure y'all join. Make sure y'all join. We're gonna have a hell of a lot of fun this weekend. I'm actually looking forward to it. Did he make the oatmeal with water, or did he? Oh no, 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 no! I use hot water. I keep it basic, but very flavorful. Yes, basic but very flavorful. No, mm, exactly, because that's how I'm making it exactly how it's made. Well, I mean, I call the financial decisions that you make sometimes a little unwise and kind of crackheadish, but it's cool. There we go. It's the best way that it's actually made. And sometimes I may put if I want to sit there and be a little fancy, I put some butter or margarine in it. If I'm not too busy, yeah, I put some butter or some margarine in it. But and it tastes hella good. Don't knock it till you try it. Splurge a little. Says the guy who spent more on food. This man spent more money on the food than the goddamn chicken. Okay, what? I'm gonna woosah that. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna sit there and think that Darby is just, he had a long day. Not really. He's not exactly in his senses as far as saying rational things. That's fine. I get it. I had a long day too. Margin is cheap. Is cheaper. It is, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I have margin every now and then, but my ex girlfriend showed me what margin is actually made of, and yeah, I was like, I think I would choose butter. I was a huge margin fan. My ex girlfriend showed me what margin is made of, and I was like, oh, well, that's all sorts of fucking disgusting. I don't think I actually turned back since. I mean, it tastes good, but like, it's like once you get that image in your head, you just cannot get that shit out. Yeah, if you say so. Yeah, I trust me, I didn't want to believe it. I was like, I was a huge Margin fan. She showed me what it's made out. Like she literally sent me a text message where it's made, well, a picture, and I saw, it and I was like, yeah, this is all so disgusting. Like it is bad. It's yeah, it's bad. Larry says I understand what you're saying, babe, but once I saw the ticket price, I was like, I said, wait, I need food and drinks in the theater. Yeah, but you can just get food and drinks afterwards. You know? Like I think if I may splurge, I think the only time I actually splurged was like maybe when I saw the Avengers. And I don't know, I think I had a Nestle's Crunch. That shit was like $5. I was like, bro, what the and I was kind of livid about that. And I felt like I was splurging too much. Oh yeah, Jonathan. I mean, we all saw that shit coming. We all saw that coming. Talked about it earlier, but yeah. You know, Cal Lady, I think it's the principle of it. This is what I love her to death, but I don't think that she understands that it's not so much about necessarily the money, but it's the principle of it. That's what like she's not getting, and I get that because she's her wacky sense of humor and her love. All right, I do actually have to wake up early in the morning. Um, I got that call. I got to wake up a little bit more early in the morning, but it's a little bit more money. So. But with that being said, I'm gonna go. I do want to thank everyone for joining. If you are a member, I will see you tomorrow. If you're not a member, become a member, and then I'll see you tomorrow. And have some great stuff planned this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So definitely come through. You want me to go to the movie, a full experience, and popcorn sodas are part of it. Darby's a trip. He's my guy, but Darby's a trip, Dom. But yes, have a good night, Terry. Have a good night, Tracy. Steve, have a good night, Darby. Wow. Have a good night, my gorgeous queen cat lady. Terry says not yet. But yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, you remember before. Whenever you get a chance, definitely join. It's a lot of fun. Me and DC had like a really good video about 2 weeks ago, give or take. Definitely check that out. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chop Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. Hit that like button on the way out and make sure you share at least one or two videos because that really does help. Have a night, Island. Thank you for joining. And yeah, I'll see you on the next stream. Laters. Johnson says, and be sure to catch spin-off movie chat with without Bostic coming soon. Thank you. Laters.